What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about fragrances I tried at the Amouage flagship store. So this is going to be their first store in the US that I went to today. I didn't even know that it was there. I just went to the American Dream Mall, I think it's called, in New Jersey. And I just got back from there. And I did not expect to see an Amouage store there. So that was the first store I went to. And then I just found out about, I think it's like Blue Labor or something like that in New Jersey. So pretty much anything retail is not open. So I went to a mall that pretty much had every store closed. I wanted to smell a few more things today. I wanted to get my nose on some Boadicea fragrances, but didn't get to do that. But at least I found the Amouage store, just because I was actually on my way to Saks Fifth. So I have the website of Amouage pulled up here because I have no idea what the names are. They're kind of not difficult names, but they're just names that I couldn't remember. So I pulled up the website. I only have 5 test strips here because I did put one on skin. So I'll talk about the one I have on skin right now, which is Luban Al Akdar. Luban Al Akdar. It's a little bit weaker. I don't know if I just didn't put enough on my skin. I'm not too sure exactly what the notes are. I'll go ahead and pull those up. Amouage Labdan. I can't spell. Amouage Labdan Al Akbar. Let's see. Okay, so it's amber, fresh aldehydic, fresh, spicy, warm, spicy, soapy. So fragrance zones are aldehyde, citrus, frankincense, myrrh, and labdanum. Actually, I'm smelling the wrong thing. Yeah, so this fragrance is the one, or this Attars is the one that kind of reminds me of Purpose. It reminds me of the dry down of Purpose. People say it smells similar to New Look, which I definitely see that. But I also see the dry down of Purpose. So I didn't realize those fragrances are kind of similar. Yeah, because New Look from Dior, their Privé collection, I do enjoy that one, but it's one that I could live without, so I just don't have it in my collection. But yeah, really nice fragrance. It is a little bit pricey, so retail it goes for about, I think it's like, well, I have the website here. Retail's $540. I believe you can find it like on Joma Shop or like just different websites for a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I think if you have Purpose or Purpose 50, it smells pretty similar. So I would say don't even worry about it. Or if you have Dior's New Look, now that I see it here, it really does smell like Dior's New Look. So for the price, I don't see it's worth it, especially it's at a tar. You get 12 mils, I believe. I think is it 12 mils? I think it is, but it doesn't. Well, I'm not going to click. I can click on it, whatever. I'll click on it. Yeah, it is a 12 mil little bottle, but it is oil, concentrated oil that you're putting on your skin. So from my experience with the Attars, they are really loud. They project like crazy. They last like crazy. But yeah, that's my opinion on that one. And then the other one I have on my skin is Oud Ulia. So Oud Ulia. Let me go ahead and pull up the notes. So when I first put this on skin, it's very smoky. Smells like fire. Literally smells like a campfire, like burning wood and smoke in the beginning. So the notes here are oud, birch tar, castoreum, vanilla, and civet. Civet doesn't really smell like any pooper or anything like that. Sillage looks like it's moderate on Fragrantica, eternal longevity. So to me, right now, it's either I'm going nose blind to it, but I definitely get more like a, I don't know if I've read amber in there, but it's kind of amber feel to it. I don't really get too much of it now. For me, the stronger one is the first one I talked about, but I do have it on one of the test strips, which is definitely this one. Here, it's still really smoky on the test strip. Keep in mind, I don't have these written down on my test strips, so might be a little hard to differentiate which ones I'm talking about, but I think I could do a good job on separating them just because they're pretty easy to tell apart. Oop. One of these I just dropped on the floor, so I'm gonna have to smell carpet. All right, whatever. But yeah, this one's pretty decent. At first I was like, ugh, like I shouldn't have put this on my skin because I put the first one on my skin and then I went ahead and I was like, oh, there's test strips. So, and I do have another fragrance from Amouage on my skin. I'm going to talk about these as well, so it might, look at all those, might be a little bit of a longer video. But yeah, so this one, pretty cool smelling. It's interesting. I don't know if I would smell if I would spend the money on it, just because I don't think I would wear it that much. But it's a more challenging fragrance to wear. But in my opinion, it's not too crazy. The accords are leather, oud, smoky, animalic, musky, vanilla. Maybe it's the vanilla that I'm smelling. But yeah, that's oud ulia. Then let's see what else we got here. I'll just grab one and smell it. This is vanilla. This one I remember the name. It was vanilla. Let me back out of there. Vanilla Barca. So vanilla Barca is a little bit more generic smelling. It smells, well, at least on this test strip, just like a powdery vanilla. That's pretty much all you're getting. Think about something like a like Creed Sublime Vanille, if you've smelled that one before. So nice vanilla, like not too sweet, more powdery. Again, not really what I would probably spend my money on. I'm not the biggest fan of vanilla fragrances either. Then let's see what I got here. This one, which one is it? I think it's, no, this is the other one. This is a smoky, okay, so this is, let me, that's rose. Okay, so this one is the leather Sada. Leather Sada is, again, smoky. Let me see if I can pull up the notes. Smoky leather. They did discontinue two of these Attars, and they brought 2 back. But yeah, leather, vanilla, oud, animalic. That's all the notes are. Some people say it smells like eau d'ambre leather. I don't really think it smells like that. Oh, sure. All right, let's get moving. Unless I completely got it confused. This one is, which one's this one? I think, did I put this one on? I think this is the Luban Al Akadar again. So I missed one. I lost a test strip somewhere and I have no idea where it is. This one's the Rose, what is this? Rose Accord. Rose Accord is really nice. Kind of reminds me of, well, it's just the rose. I think it's the rose they use. It's kind of like a pencil shaving rose smell. Let me see. Rose Accord. Here we are. So it's amber, rose, oud. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll down. Rose, olibanum, sandalwood, and labdanum. Long-lasting, moderate is what it says. Unisex. Some people say it reminds them of Epic 56 by Amouage, or Rose Exposed by Tom Ford, or Rose Intense by Amouage from the Library Collection. I could definitely see the Rose Intense by the Library Collection. But this one is really good. Again, not sure if I would spend the money on it. It's all of these are pretty much, I don't think I would spend the money on these fragrances. I feel like this one, it might be, if I was going to spend money on one, it would probably be the Rose Accord. But I'm also not the biggest fan of Rose, which is done in a really nice way that I would consider purchasing this if I had to buy one, right? All right, so now I'll go ahead and go back to Amouage's website. Let's see. I'm just gonna put shop all. So I did smell a lot of them, but I did not smell everything. I did smell Timber. Timber, I could care less about it. It was, I don't know if people say that it's also in the way of like, it kind of smells like Amouage's Reasons. It also smells in the way of like an Bon Fumé. Let me see if people compare that to each other. Reasons, no, Timber. Really wasn't that special to me, but I also only smelled it on a test strip. So maybe I should have smelled it on skin. I was gonna actually go back and smell some more. I was letting my nose rest up a little bit. I walked them all a little bit, told the guy I was gonna be back. When I come back, the store's closed. So shout out to that guy. People do compare it to Luster and Royal Tobacco and Reasons. I would say it smells more like Reasons than any other one. But let's go ahead and talk about just random ones. I'll try to guess or remember exactly what they were. This one's Outlands. Outlands, honestly, there's a hype going on for it right now. I don't really get it as of right now. Maybe I should try it on skin. That's actually one of the ones I was going to go back and spray on skin. But, okay, he was closed. Or they closed down. They closed the store. It is Sunday, so they closed a little early. But shout out to the guy not telling me that he was going to close soon. If not, I would have done everything there. Outland's honestly not that special in my opinion. I don't get what the hype is about. It's like an easier to wear Amouage fragrance, kind of like an Amouage mixed with a designer kind of DNA. Let me see what people say. I think people say it smells like Boss Bottled Absolute or something. Or one of the Hugo Boss fragrances that I can't even keep track of what the names are. I don't even own any. I've never owned one. Then we have, let's see. Let me get my mind in the headspace of smelling fragrances or what I smelled. This one I'm not sure, so I'll leave it aside. It's been maybe about an hour or so that I've sprayed these on the test strip. This one I'm not too sure exactly what it was. Actually, this one is Silver Oud. Yeah, I remember. This is Silver Oud. This is one I probably would not buy a bottle of either. I don't really care about it, honestly. Let's see. This one's Boundless. This one is, I regret selling my Boundless. Let's just say that. Really nice fragrance. I should have never gotten rid of my Boundless. I just remember I didn't really get any performance from Boundless. So I was like, whatever. This one is, I'm not sure exactly what this one is, but fresh with like a Kumar. Oh, this is a, I remember what this is. This is a, I think this is Honor Man. Honor Man, I'm contemplating it. Kind of fresh, powdery a little bit. I was going to say like a Kumaran behind it, but I think it was just something else that's rubbed against it on the test strip. This one is Decision. Decision is actually pretty good, honestly. Pretty clean smelling. One of the ones that surprised me should be coming up, or I should mention at some point. I think it's this one. I think this is the one. This is actually, no, this is Epic 56. This is actually really nice. Epic 56 is definitely unisex. It is in the woman's bottle, but I think it is definitely unisex. I would consider buying this, but it's not redundant to own Epic Man and Epic 56. I think they're pretty different. Both really nice. This is Overture. Okay, so I have Overture on skin. As you guys know, when I first got Overture Man, I think I only had Overture Man for about a day, and I sold it quick. Maybe I had it for 2 days, and now I regret selling it. I sold it to, I believe it was Neil that I sold it to. I have it on skin. I can smell it up close on skin. I don't really, I don't mind. The guy told me they have changed it. I don't know if he knew what he was talking about though. I don't think I've heard anything about them changing Overture Man. Could it make sense because now I enjoy it. Now I could smell it on skin straight up and not care about like I'm smelling it up close. Compared to back then, it was one of those that I would like turn away and have to scrub on my skin. But it's also been a while since, I think it's been a year now since I last smelled it. So could be that my nose changed as well. But yeah, Overture, have it on skin. Have had it on skin, not bothering me at all. I actually regret selling my bottle. Then this is, this one is, I believe, Overture. No. I'll leave this one aside. I think I know what it is, but I'll leave it aside for now. This one is, I can't tell. I'll leave it aside and kind of pinpoint what I had on skin. I don't know if I said Reflection Woman. I think this one's Reflection Woman. So Reflection Woman is actually a really nice fragrance that I would consider purchasing for my wife if she was okay with, buying fragrances. But she hates every time I purchase fragrances, like for her. She's just like, I didn't ask for it. She goes more like signature scent. So she goes like her Creative Ventus bottle. Her Creative Ventus for her bottle to finish that thing. Now she's on Baccarat, on BR540. She's going through that bottle. So the thing is, like, she's more of a one fragrance at a time person. So she'll literally finish the bottle, even though it takes months, maybe like a few months to finish the bottle. She'll finish the bottle and then she'll be like, hey, get me something. even though I've gotten her plenty of things. But I think her next one will be Reflection. I think Reflection Woman is one that I'm surprised not talked about too much. I think I'm going to get her a bottle of that. It's really nice. Really nice. Really clean smelling floral. It's really nice. I like it. I don't know if she would like it though. I'm not sure exactly what this one is. They kind of have like the same spice to it that I sometimes can't even tell what the difference is. I can't tell what this one is either. And also they were like in my pocket, not in my like direct pocket, but like I had like a cargo pants on. They were like in my cargo pocket. Oh wait, no, this is a Reflection. And they kind of rub on each other, so it's kind of like hard to tell. This one's Reflection for women. This one's really nice. I don't remember what the other one was then. Or this, fuck. I don't even know which one Reflection for women is. But at this point, I'm not even gonna try to guess anymore, because they kind of are smelling the same now. But let me see what is on here, because the ones I remember smelling, oh, I think this is Portrayal Man. Portrayal Man was actually nice. I would consider getting Portrayal Man. I don't know if they discontinued it though. Well, if they had it there, I don't think they did. Portrayal Man. Let's see who has it. Looks like it's pretty expensive on Fragrance Net. They have it for $316. Retail's $395. Did they discontinue it? I don't think so. I just see, it looks like it's kind of harder to find on discounters. What do people say about Portrayal Man? What do people say it smells like? It's floral, woody, green, fresh, spicy. Notes are violet leaf, Java vetiver, and juniper. People say it's similar to Fahrenheit. I didn't get that similarity. I'm not a fan of Fahrenheit. 17-minute video. My camera's about to die. Yeah, I'd have to do more research. And I think Portrayal Man is on my list of, we'll definitely get it soon. Let's just talk about the fragrances that I'll probably consider buying. Off the top of my mind that I remember I will buy. I think I would consider getting, you know what? No, I'm not going to get Boundless again, just because Boundless kind of smells similar to Manhattan by Roja. So pretty redundant to have. Honor Man, I will probably be adding on my purchase list. I did have Gold Man. I think I left all the test strips on the counter, and I feel bad. No, I remember that, yeah. I left them on the table while I was smelling fragrances, and I think I left. Damn, I suck. But yeah, Gold Man, smell a little bit vintage. I would probably consider it if I found it for a really good price. If I turned it down. I would consider buying Amouage. What was the name of it? Overture Man. I would definitely consider picking back up. Portrayal Man. Portrayal Man's one I would purchase again. Reflection for women. I think that's one I definitely need to get at some point for my wife. And Tobacco, Reckless. Oh no, actually, one of these. Well, there's two fragrances here: that Reckless Leather and Royal Tobacco. Royal Tobacco for sure I need to have in my collection. I loved it the first time I smelled it, and I loved it still. I definitely need to consider getting that one in my collection. Purpose 50, Epic 56. Those are the ones I will consider getting in the collection. And Honor Man if I didn't say it already. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Let me know which Amouage fragrances you currently have on the to-do list, on your purchase list. I have a lot of fragrances I want to purchase, but I'm pretty much setting up myself for next year, the fragrances I'm going to be buying for the year coming up and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you've been to the Amouage flagship store, the first store in the US. Again, I ran into it accidentally, but that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, guys.